my art friends. Thank you so much for continuing on our online journey. And today's focus is going to be photography, with the inspiration being Salem, Massachusetts, and talking a little bit and discussing the principles of art. So come along and I hope you enjoy. So the goal of sharing these photos are a few. I wanted to create a little family photo journal and tell a little bit of a story about our adventure, and also to emphasize or show the architectural and natural beauty that I saw in every direction while in Salem, Massachusetts. So, because it's an older, small city, there's so much history there, and you can just see it all around you all the time. We did happen to go in the autumn, so the play of light in the fall also created a dramatic mood that gives the same feeling as I look back on those photos that I actually experienced that same day. And it's something that I love the most about using or appreciating photography as a medium or a way to create art. And I especially love looking at the patterns and shapes that I noticed everywhere while visiting. I think it creates a cool effect to the eye. So you can see in these two photos, one is more of a complete natural background, and one combines the nature and the architecture that I was mentioning at the beginning that I saw everywhere. So, one of the things that I love about the fall is it creates a really beautiful light mood. So, as you can see, there's a contrast between that light, bright light that's shining on the lighthouse and on the grass, and there's a lot of shadow that's falling on the rock. And I like the combination of the patterns of the rocks themselves, and you can see their texture compared or combined with the effect of the ocean. So I like bringing it all together, as well as the contrast of the colors. So we've got the cooler colors of the blues in the water and some of the shadows on the rock, and then that warmth of the sun shining on the little bit of the beach grass. So I liked that combination, and I hope you do too. It was just a beautiful spot, and it was such a clear day that the water just looked so blue. So I wanted to really emphasize that, and I wanted that light to be a point. So as you can see on the other side, I wanted my focal point to be a combination of the beautiful architecture or the building, and I really liked the lines that are on the side of the building that create that pattern and texture. And then I also liked seeing shapes of the berries and the way the color contrasted with the dark brown of the side of the walls. So I wanted to bring that out too. This was one of my absolutely favorite spots. It was in a town square, and this corner of the archway was just a big archway to walk through in a park. And it had one of my absolute favorite trees of all time. It's called a ginkgo. And the thing I love about the ginkgo trees are the way that the branches look, especially in the fall because of that pop of the yellow. So that was one of my favorite things. And the other thing I noticed too, actually, and looking back on the photo, is in the bottom right hand corner, you could see the symmetry in the tree, which I really liked as well. So I liked capturing the shadow there and also capturing the darkness of the trunk and the branches and how it pops against the yellow brightness of the trees, the contrast there. So this one was kind of a fun one. I hope you like it too. To be honest with you, this is probably one of the only family portraits I think I may have. And it's actually a family selfie in a mirror on the other side of the street featuring Frankenstein as our focal point as well as ourselves. And what I was trying to achieve in both pictures is why I put them together on this slide was I really wanted it to look like a painting. So instead of sharpening all the edges of my elements in the photo, I actually softened everything to blend it out. And again, make it almost look like it's a painting or an impressionistic style of my visual representation or how I wanted to show my photo. So you'll see, especially on the right hand side with the clouds and the background, I did want my focal point to be the bottom that it almost looks like the bottom section of a boat, what's left of it anyway, and the building. But then I really wanted to emphasize the contrast of those clouds and show the light and the dark. And I really, again, wanted to create almost a painting effect there. Now, in my last set of slides, I wanted to show you, I was kind of focusing, especially on putting these together, on the geometry or the symmetry and the patterns that we see, and also to actually have a lot of balance and harmony within putting both of these photos together on one slide. And basically, I wanted to echo or show that cool triangular pattern of both the roof and the hat, and also to have some of the elements. There's, some of those browns and those reds in the trunk of the tree, and the hedges in the front of the building kind of match each other, and then the grays in her hair and the grays in the building. I kind of wanted to create almost two different versions of the same idea. So I hope that you like this. I